Hey guys, it's me, Off Ace. And Today's happy dance was brought to us by coffee, because I don't have anything else in the house. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and this is a channel about cross stitch, most of the time. If you're a returning visitor, welcome back. It's been a bit. It's been a month. So I've been up to a few things. I got up to some stuff. Let's just jump in and see where it goes. First thing I'm going to show you is Praiseworthy stitches. This is Seedy Pumpkin Cottage. And I have done so little on it that I wasn't going to show you. But I had it in my hand, so I figured, why not? I just filled in that little bit of dark. That's it. That's all I did. But you know what I did? I took it off the scroll rods. Remember the time when I was like, if I put everything on scroll rods, I'll be able to see stuff and I'll be able to work on them. And now I'm like, take them off the scroll rods and put them in a Q-snap and I can walk around with them. It could go either way. I have not fallen out of love with this. But we're going to detect a theme today, and it's 32 count. That's going to be our theme. We have discussed my feelings about 32 count. I have seen many discussions. 1/2, 2/2, 1/1. Nobody seems to know what to do with 32 count, and yet we still keep buying it. I bought it. I bought a lot of it. I paid money for it. I'm going to use it. Because if I don't do this on 32 count, I won't be able to fit the buttons in. I kind of like the buttons. Literally no space. Feeling a little claustrophobic. The next thing I have is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. This is from Carriage House Samplings. And I am doing it on 40 count. And you can't see much, but I have made some decent progress on this block. I did all in here, like in one sitting, pretty much. So let me tell you what I did. I can't tell you how much Pattern Keeper makes my life better, but it really does. I had been working on this, all of the 10 prior blocks, 8, something like that, on paper. And paper's fine. I got a clipboard, I got a marker, I was doing the things. But I was kind of like, now when I buy a pattern, I usually only buy something that's a PDF, but this came to me as a gift in paper form. So that's what I was using. And I had more than once seen, and even done, taking a picture of a pattern and bringing that into Pattern Keeper, getting the grid on there, and working from there. But I had never really tried it with Hawk Run Hollow because I, for some reason, thought that the pattern was ginormous and wouldn't fit on my scanner. It fit just fine. So I took the last 2 blocks and I scanned them and I got them into Pattern Keeper, and now I can work on this like quickly and not stuff flying all, I mean, there'll be stuff flying all over the place, but it'll be different stuff. Presumably better stuff. So even though it never works out when I say it out loud, hopefully I can make some progress on this and get it done. I mean, it's 2 blocks. It's August. There's a chance it could be done by Halloween. There's a chance. The next thing I have is Midnight Watch. This is by Blackbird Designs, and it's being done on Vintage Country Mocha. And I am not actually sure that I have done anything on this since we last spoke. I think I may have brought the border down here, and that is about it. I honestly can't tell you what I've been working on that has taken me away from this. I have not picked it up in a while, which is weird because I really like it. And it's easy to work on. It's another one that I managed to take a scan of and get into Pattern Keeper, so there's no reason. I cut out a sneeze there. There's no difficulty in working on it. I just haven't. Continue to love the Nerge hoop that's under that. You can't see that. It's right there. The tension has stayed great. It's still very light. It's so light. I think this is the selling point. It's not how, well, tension is always what you need, but it's so light. I love it. So why don't you work on the project you have it on? I don't know. Don't pressure me. I think that is it for the whips. God only knows what I might come across as I look around here. Oh wait, there's a kitty coming. There's absolutely no space for you to move about here. No space. See, no space. You can't go anywhere. There's nowhere for you to go. Do not go near. You're going near the stitching. Don't go near the stitch. There's nothing in there. Well done, dear. Well done. It's like having children. Anyway, my next new start is the 2021 Prairie Schooler Santa. Now hold on. It's a big one. I did that. And I actually had to figure out from this which one I had started, and I'm figuring that this is where the raccoon's head goes. It's the closest I can figure. I don't know why I started it and only did this much, but I did. I did. And I was inspired to start another Santa by some Happy Mail that I got that we'll discuss later on. Maybe if you're interested in doing some Prairie Santas, you'll hang around until later in the video. My next new start is Autumn Stars. This is by Sub Rosa, and I got this out of the Fall 2022 Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. Yeah, I don't even have it on a thing or anything. I finally managed to get myself to Stitch New England for one of their Saturday open stitching times. And I had no idea what it was going to be like. I didn't know what kind of lighting they had. I didn't know anything. How unusual. So I said, maybe I should start something that's kind of blocky and kind of easy to deal with and do it like on a bigger... This may have been 14 count before I coffee tea dyed it and, and scorched it. So it's a little bigger than 40 count. The lighting seemed good, but the people I was there with, who were delightful, both brought their lights. So I'm thinking maybe I need to do that, but I need to find a good light. I don't think emotionally I can spend $100 on that Daylight Go thing. So I've been trying to find comparable ones. I have found reasonably priced LED, very bright, rechargeable lamps. But they only work for like 3 hours at a time. And if I want to go to Stitchy Day, that's like 6 hours. And if I want to take it to the retreat, that's like 27 hours straight. Muscle through. So I need to figure that out. If you have a light like that, that's like the Daylight Go, but rationally priced, let me know. Tell me. But anyway, I was very pleased with the amount of progress that I got. I started it there. Like, I think I had like some of this brown in just so that I knew where I was starting. I brought the paper pattern and I brought my tablet. And I was using Pattern Keeper on the tablet for, I want to say, almost 5 hours before the tablet gave out. And by then, we were wrapping up anyway. But, so yeah, that lasted. I have a backup power bank thing that I know I'm going to bring to the retreat, but I don't really want to bring to a store. So whenever I bring there, I probably just have to have a paper pattern for. Look at me with the project bag thingy from Amazon. I drank that Kool-Aid. Why don't they come in purple? While we're talking about going to Stitch New England and going to the retreat later this year, You know how everybody is buying those jewelry cases, the hard ones, and they're decorating them and redoing them, and they look really nice. I don't know that I can be trusted with something that attractive. I will just stab scissors into it and things like that. So a while back, I bought a jewelry holder, like a travel, it's this travel jewelry holder thing from Amazon. I bought 2 of them. One of them I have filled with my jewelry, you know, both pieces. And this one was just sort of wandering around. And I was like, well, I have to bring tools and things to go on my stitching day. So how will I get them there? So I purposed this, and it worked really well. I just don't want my scissors to come screaming out at me. So I just, you know, put a piece of felt with some needles in it, brought Bernie with me, because who doesn't want to travel with Bernie? Another little magnet needle minder. This is the one thing that I think everything Stitchy needs to have is like 100 magnets. Unless you have a little heart thing, then don't do the magnet thing. But, you know, my clips for holding extra fabric. I got marker and stylus and all that. And there's tons of room in here. So I could totally fill this thing up. Which is probably what I'm going to do for when I go to the retreat. If you are interested in checking this out, I will have a link. I'll have a link to my... Guys, hold on. I'll give you the link to my influencer store on Amazon. I know, really. I had applied for that like 1,000 years ago, and they were like, no. And I don't know what like made me click the button again or something, but they were just like, welcome. Cool. So beware, it is an affiliate link, and when you shop in my store, I do get a little cut, like a little cut. Like, I always joke 35 cents. It is not that much more than that. But hey. So yeah, if you're looking for that, that is in my store. All right, the next thing that I'm going to start back over here. I'm sorry, I jumped to haul and you don't care. I was watching, what was I watching? Something. And somebody showed like an antique sampler. And it was like in a frame, but it was hemmed. And somebody had like kind of pinned it into this frame and then framed it, and it stayed that way for 100 and something years, and now we have it. So I just sort of started thinking, I can hem. Well, we remember the adventures with the nun stitch. That didn't last very long. That's pretty intensive. But hemming I can do, and hemming I can do by hand. I would prefer to be able to unearth my sewing machine and do it that way, but until I can functionally do this by hand. So I hemmed. And guys, I'm going to put up the names of some that I don't know what this was. Do I want to say this is a Be Kind sampler? That seems like a reasonable thing to call it. Do I know who did it? No. But I did that, and you know, there's not a lot of precision here. But now it's finished, and the edges aren't all flying off into the ether. And what I have it right now is kind of on those clips that have the little circle ring on them, and I just hang it. Eventually, at some point, I might find a better way to do this. I saw somebody, it was similar to what Handwork Maniac does with the foam board, but it was actual foam board that somebody had put on their wall, and had just stuck pins in it to hold things up, and I was so simple, which is why I didn't think of it, because I make everything too difficult. So I did that one. This is a primitive needle. This is Halloween. I did that one. And this is also primitive needle. This is God Bless Us Everyone. This guy continues to creep me out. I get creepy Christmas. Who'd have thought? But yeah, and like I said, not a lot of precision here. You know, I could trim that. It could get trimmed. It's not going to, but I could. So I busied myself with that, and I have kind of a bunch more that I want to work on. I will maybe up like in the cards, I will see if I can find the tutorial that I use to do these so that you can find it. All right, jumping back into the haul. 32 count. I'm not entirely sure what I was doing that day as I was roaming around the Fabric Flare website, which I think I have been duped by before. Not like duped by, but they say on their website that they are based in Ware, Massachusetts, which is not near me, but in the same state. But it's shipped from California, which was fine. It got here. No problem. But I just had it in my head that if I order it from Ware, it'll be here in 2 days. It's not even something they promised me, but that's what I was thinking. But anyway, I was wandering about, and I said, I'm going to buy some neutrals because I have a couple of models that I need to stitch for things that I want to put in the Etsy store. And, I'll get a couple of different things. So the thing I got, or the kind that I got here, that I ended up using, this is not even actually going to be used for the model. This is being used for my small, for the retreat. There will be a video about that, of clips of me putting this thing together, like probably either closer to the retreat or right after. It's going to be a barn burner. I'll show you. But yeah, so this is 32 count Cafe au lait. And it looks great. I mean, I used that. It is a great looking piece of fabric. Very happy with it. It's 32 count. And when I stitch with 2, which I have a little teeny bit here, stitched over 2, see if you can even see it. It's chunky. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but it's chunky. But if I do 1 over, it's very sparse. So hence the fact that I know I have bought 32 count before. I know I didn't like it when I bought it before. And yet here I am buying it again. I don't know. Luckily, I did get 2 40 counts. And this is Desert Dyed Effect, which is really, that's probably pretty close. It's almost like a little greeny beige, like not a lot. But I like that. And this is Stone Dyed Effect. And this is also 40 count. And that's, yeah. I mean, it's a little more, that's more mottled. That's where you see it. So it's more like a neutral gray. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I bought them. I do have a third one somewhere. It is Ivory. I don't know. It's also 32 count. It was also making me sad. But I'm sure I'll come across it someday and we'll all go there. That's where it went. Let's pause for coffee. This is my only Ray done. That's a lie. That's a lie. I had wine glasses. I had 2 wine glasses. Now I have 1. I think you can figure out how that happened. All right, that is everything that I personally got up to, I think. So I'm going to clear some of this away. And then we're going to get to the happy mail, otherwise known as the embarrassment of riches. All right. I way overthought which thing to show you first, because I got extremely generous gifts from Lisa. She contacted me and said, hey, I see you're doing Prairie Schooler Santas. I have a couple. Would you like them? And I said, absolutely. I have some that I've already done, and I have a couple more. Are you interested in those? And she said, no, I already have those. I said, okay, fine. I gave her my address. Why do I not know? Why do I not know that when somebody says, I would like to send you, I am going to get, these things are really great. Not everything is I'm not keeping everything. I do have a pile now of things that I want to take to the retreat to put on the freebie table, but also things that I want to use as giveaways. So you'll see some of this get into rotation. But let's just take a look at what she got up to. So let's start with she sent me this lovely card with a lovely note because she is a lovely person. And these are the things that she said she was going to be sending me. Just a few little Prairie Schooler Santas, right? Right. There's more Santas. These are actually Santas that I already have. So can you imagine what we might do with these at some point later in the video? And because you can't just have one set of Prairie Schoolers, I've got St. Nick. I think you can see that. Yeah. Adorable. I mean, look at him with his forest creatures in the... I'm falling apart right here in front of you. There is little Britters, which is just cute. He's the reason. Little Christmas one. Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Snow Love. I live in Massachusetts. Love is a strong word when it comes to snow. There are some parking lots that I think still have the remnants of the 14-foot snowbanks that I'm telling you. This is Shepherd's Bush. This is the root garden. And it's so wee. Look how wee the picture is. I'll see if I can get that for you. If it looks terrible, I'll put something in. But we have that. This is adorable. This is Boo Hollow Box from Shepherd's Bush. Oh, it must be a box. Okay. I haven't read through a lot of these, but I love little houses. I love cute little houses. Here's my thing. I keep designing little patterns with cute little houses, and then I find things like this and I say, it's already been done. Heart in Hand, Ye Old Crow Sampler. I'm sorry, there's a shadow, and then there's this, and and I'm here, so bear with. Hands-on Design, Snail Slime. Can't say that very well. Snail Slime. Super cute. This is more Shepherd's Bush. This is Heart of My Heart, which is this. And it appears to have come with at least some of the threads. That's just handy. It's a fat bat cat. Can you just stop? Who's that from? The Victoria Sampler? It's a fat bat cat. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I won't. This is Wash Day from Carriage House Samplings, and she actually put a little note on here to say that her cat assisted in her stitching this. That's adorable. That might become something that I stitch at Stitch New England, if I ever manage to get back there. This I thought was different. This is interesting. I'm going to talk to my sister about this. This is Fall in Love, Sam Sarah Design Studio. It appears to be a cross stitch pattern and wool felt applique. I never have wool felted before, but my sister quilts. I don't know, maybe she'd be interested, but how cute would it be if we each had one of these? And it's fall, and it's fall colors, and I like them. I like them a lot. This I nearly fell over. Modern Folk Embroidery. This is Christmastown, a holiday sampler. I don't know how well you'll be able to. You can. Do you see the things with the antlers? You know how I feel about antlers. We've been through this. Surely that's everything. No, no, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. What makes it autumn? This is Heart in Hand. Very cute. Quick stitch. Quick. This is an entire kit. She sent me a kit. This is Imaginating, I think. The Whisper of God. Look at this butterfly. If I stitch nothing else on this, the butterfly and that border, swooning. Swooning. And it's the whole kit. The whole kit and the caboodle. The kit and the caboodle are in there. This is Shepherd's Bush again. This is the English Garden. I probably should have put these in some sort of designer order or something. I did not. I did not. You know I did not, because we're sitting here. It's fine. And this is Just Nan making friends with the with the beads, the accoutrement. It's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. Who doesn't love snowmen? Oh, I just noticed like this guy, he's rolling another snowman's head, and I don't know if that is the creation of a snowman, potentially the end of one. I'm into creepy snowmen. Also included in the box, and I'm not entirely sure if some of these are, you know, part of these, but there were two. Andrea, open the bag. There are two, keep saying there are two buttons in here. Well, there's more than one. There's two, but I got this little witchy and this little pumpkin. So if they don't go on something here, they would be adorable little needle minders. There is the weeest little candy corn you have ever in your whole life seen. Hold please. The teeniest. I don't even know if that will ever focus, but you can see the teeny. You can see how teeny it is. And there is a stork scissors, and there's a swan. It's a cat. It's not a swan. But that's in there too. And as if all of that was not enough, needle minders. These are from Gina's Unique Needle Minders. And there is a little Christmas scene here. And what does it say? Oh, Stitching Pretties. I thought I knew what it said, and that totally wasn't it. So I have those. Lisa, you're killing me. You're killing me. These are wonderful. I cannot thank you enough. These will be put to good use. Anything that I am not going to stitch, and I have to be, you know, honest with myself. What am I actually going to stitch? We'll either get onto a freebie table so that it has a new life somewhere else, or we'll do it as a giveaway. But thank you so much. Are we ready for the next one? Because Stitchy Godmother Laura, she made me a pillow, sent me this bag of ridiculousness. Let's go through it. First of all, and I don't know if this was just packing material, but I really like it. There's like this. There's this kind of charcoal-y scene. I don't know if it was meant to be a thing. I'm making it a thing. So I like that. I don't know where to start with this. All right, we'll just pull some things out. First we have Madame Chantilly. This is not telling me. Oh, Cats in the Rain. It's It's got kitties on it. You know I'm going to do it. Sucker for the cats. This is Life is Better Meow. Erica Michaels, of course. Look at how cute. Look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. I'm telling you. Oh, look, more cats. This is Alley Cats from Mum's the Word. Never heard of them. But how cute is that? How cute is that? It's very cute. I'm telling you that right now. There's stitching in this, right? It's just come to my attention that this may not actually have cross stitch in it. I don't know, I gotta read more. But there is a large cat wall hanging, a medium cat wall hanging, a 4-cat wall hanging, a miniature, I think that might be miniature, cat pillow, and soft sculpture cats. Janet, I maybe need your help with that. This is Margaret Sherry collection. This is Catterflies. Oh, Catterflies. Look at this. And it's a kit. It's got all the stuff. But look at the kitties with the butterflies. They're so fat. Look at how chubby they are. I love them. She also sent me, because that wasn't enough, these little decorative pins. This little pin that can probably make a good needle minder. This really pretty counting pin. Look at that. And I love these Sunshine Stitchers floss drops. How cute is this? How cute is this? Oh, but wait, there's more. Of course. You ever have a pattern and you do it and it's mostly circular and you say, really the best way I can finish that is just in a hoop, because what other options do I really have for that? Well, now I have the option of frames with circular mats, which I have never had before, and now I do. Now I have 3 of them because Laura cleaned a drawer out or something and she thought of me. So I have those. I also have these 2 unfinished frames that I can do all manner of things with. Have a larger one, unfinished. Very cute. All right. This is, I believe, I'm gonna say it again. I think she dyed this, and it is 18 count. Hand dyed. Look at this. Is this Swamp Thing? I think it's Swamp Thing. Look at the modeling. Look at the grunge. I don't know what I want to do on here, but I want to do something like with all ecru. Like find a really dark spot, maybe that like back here, and do something in ecru. That would be cool. The last 2 things here. If you've seen my Instagram, which I'm not surprised if you haven't, I think I put up 4 pictures in the last 4 years, I came across I was organizing or something, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have so much 814. Like I have 814 like you read about 814. So I put up on Instagram and I said, if you had this much 814, what would you do with it? And a lot of the answers were long dogs, which is a great answer, except I have 2 long dogs that I'm still working on. If I start a 3rd, you just have to send me away somewhere. But the other suggestions, I can do this, were about ink circles. And ink circles does lend itself to monochromatic, but it also is, there's enough to it that you could do accent colors and you can mix it up. So Laura sent me Baroque. Look at all that happening. I can do individual squares. I can do it all at once. I can do anything I want. And then she included this neutral 40 count. So I think we have a winner. I may pick like a dark blue or a dark green accent color, but we're going to use up some of this because apparently I like the look of it every time I go and buy DMC and I pick up 2 more skeins, and that's what happens. Laura, thank you. You are a terrible person and you spoil me in ways that you just shouldn't. I just don't deserve that sort of thing. But thank you. So a lot of this is going to end up in your hands eventually when I can give them away. I am still working on a Google form that will allow me to put like a whole bunch of items and let you go to the form and you click the ones that you are interested in, and then you give me your contact information, your email and your name and that kind of thing, and I can draw winners like for multiple items rather than have to create a form for every item, which seems silly, or have you write in what it is you're interested in, because if they're not consistent, I don't really have a way of, sorting them out. So I'm working on it. But with that said, I think we need to do a giveaway of the 2023 Prairie Schooler Santa. If you are interested in him, down in the description box, there is a link to a Google form. Don't be afraid. It's a Google form. It's fine. It's going to require that you give me an email address. It's going to require that you give me a name. I think that is all the requirements. There is a space for your mailing address. You do not need to provide that. If you want to and you win, then I just mail it out and it's great. If you don't want to and you win, I just contact you with the email address and then you give it to me. It does not increase your chances or anything. Somebody said that to me once, like, oh, you're not going to pick anybody you don't have the address for. I absolutely will, because it's a random number generator that picks the winner, and it doesn't know. It doesn't know what you gave me. So that's that. Please be 18 because I like my freedom. Would it kill you to be a subscriber or like the... I'm not going to check, but, little me, little you. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm going to promise you is that you have at least this week to enter. So I'm going to put in there that the winner will be drawn after this coming Saturday. There's a date somewhere around me. Between that date and my next video. Because if my next video is 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away, like I don't want to drag this out. But on the other hand, I just can't commit. I can't commit to days and weeks and hours and things like that. So you have at the very least until this next Saturday to enter and rest. What else have I been doing? I have super secret stitching going on. I have secret stitching for my Smalls Exchange for the October retreat. I have another new shop model that is on that 32 count abomination. And I'm doing it 1/over, so we'll be able to tactilely see that this is just terrible fabric and nobody should use 32 count. I don't know how you function. I will say the 32 that I am using for the small, I'm just going to call it a small for now. The stitches look better when I use Thread Magic. That I have not used in a very long time because I've been stitching 1/1 on 40 count. You don't need it. Nope, 1/1. Who am I? 1/2 on 40 count. That's tight. So the Thread Magic seems to have just settled it down enough that I can work with it. I'm actually really excited to show you what I'm making. Not to like tease, but I'm going to tease. I will just say that I did a whole thing and I decided I didn't like it. And then I decided I was going to do something different with that thing. And then I didn't like it. And then I didn't come up with this thing. I was inspired by Bendy Stitchy, Michelle. And that's all I'm going to say. I was inspired. Like I said, you will see a conglomeration of the evolution of this thing. And if it goes terribly, terribly wrong, I'll show you that too. You know I will. Otherwise, I think that is it. That's all my haul. That's all my happy mail. I bought some placemats. I'm looking at them over here because I was going to do a whole project. I was going to do a thing. If I can ever get the sewing machine out, maybe I can do that thing and then I can show you that. I'm not going to be vague anymore because this is just silly. So I will end this before something ends me. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. I'm watching you. But most of all, thank you for your comments. I know I cannot respond to every single one of them, but I do read them and I appreciate them so much. And if there is a question in the comments, I do try to attack those first. So if there's anything you need to know, talk to your girl. Bye, guys.